What's up guys, it's Kenya here. If you're new to the channel, I'm a sophomore honors marketing major at Howard University. A couple of you guys reached out to me after my day in the life video and asked me questions about Howard. And it made me realize that I've made videos about why I chose to go to Howard and how to get into Howard, but I've never made a video on if you should go to Howard. So today I'm gonna discuss if you should go to Howard. Right now though, it's currently 11 a.m. I usually have a class around this time, but it got canceled today. So I'm going to do some schoolwork and plan out some YouTube videos. But definitely stick around because this is going to be a very informative video.
I've been asking questions, but I don't got the answers for them though. Mama told me to be patient, build it from the ground until they come, and they will come. We gon' ride to the sunset until it's time, all in time, all in time. Yeah. Done with my teens, my 20s are looking prosperous. 2 million streams with my brothers, we've been counting up. Still feeling stagnation, stuck on the bases. I should've sprinted past, now I work for relocation. I've been so ungrateful, I binge watched the Game of Thrones finale. Forget every peak is always followed by a deeper valley.
Alright, so I'm back in my dorm. My class ended, so I have a lot of free time because I don't have any more classes for the day. But yeah, like I said earlier, I wanted to discuss if you should go to Howard. I got a DM from someone asking what my experience has been like, and yeah, I hope that I can use this video to share my thoughts and help you guys if you're considering going to Howard. So I guess when looking at my experience, I would say that there have been 3 major pros to going to Howard. Because Howard is the top HBCU, all of these companies are coming to Howard to get basically their black talent, and as a result there are endless opportunities here. So I think that's something that I've been surprised about with my experience. Obviously I knew that Howard was a good school, but when looking at like some of my acceptances, a lot of the colleges that I got into were actually ranked higher than Howard. But being here, I know that the job opportunities here are actually better than those other schools, because again, these companies are coming here for their black talent. Whereas if I were to go to like a Penn State or a Villanova or a William & Mary, those are all really good schools and they're top 50 schools. But companies like Google, like Apple, like Goldman Sachs, and all of these top companies, they aren't really going to those colleges, and they're especially not going to those colleges for black talent, because usually those companies are going to the Ivies or they're going to top public schools like Cal Berkeley, UCLA, those type of schools. But those companies aren't really actively recruiting at a Penn State or a William & Mary. And that's not to say that if you go to those schools that you can't get into those top companies, but these companies know that if they want their top black talent, they're gonna go to a top HBCU or they're going to go to an Ivy League school. So I would say the job opportunities aspect is the biggest surprise for me, because again, I knew that Howard was a really good school. I knew that, Howard, the brand is very big, but if you just look at Howard's ranking, I don't think you really get a picture of how good this school is and how well respected it is in different industries. Besides job opportunities, another reason to go here is the community. So again, Howard, it's one of the top HBCUs, so you're getting black people not just from a certain region in the United States, you're getting people from all over the country, and you're also getting international students. So you're getting black people from all over the world, and you're not just getting one singular perspective. I think one of my highlights here is just meeting so many people from the South, because as someone who's from Philly, I haven't been exposed to like a Southern perspective, and I've gotten to see that how I live in Philly, that isn't how everyone else lives. There are different customs and there are different standards from people around the world. One thing that I really love about the community here is just how creative everyone is. Like when you go in the yard, which is like the main part of campus, you're gonna see a camera there. You're gonna see someone filming something, taking pictures, maybe someone is on the yard doing their artwork. But there's so many creative people here, and I've realized from going to other schools in the DC area, like just visiting their campuses, you don't get that environment at those schools. Whereas at Howard, there's just so much creativity going on. And I think when looking at my college experience so far, I think the community here, I think that's the best part about this school. I think it's interesting that Howard is called the Mecca because it's known for being the center of Black excellence and Black education. But also Howard is in Washington, D.C., which is the capital of the United States. And in D.C., there's just always something to do. There's always something happening. So if you go here, you're never going to be bored because there are a ton of colleges here, but there's also a ton of things to do. And DC is also a very walkable city. Like right now I'm on campus, but I could walk to the White House and it would be like a 30-minute walk. But if I don't want to walk, then I can use the metro, and the metro system can pretty much get you to anywhere in the DMV area. So I think just the combination of DC being a very vibrant place where there's always something happening, but then you also have this great transportation system where you can get anywhere, I think that that's a major pro. So I would say those are the 3 major pros of going to Howard. Next, I will transition to the cons of going here. Okay, so what are the cons of going to Howard? So many, but I'll just highlight the major ones. There is an extreme distrust between the students here and administration, and that's because of so many scandals that have happened within the past, I was gonna say 20 years, but it's been going on for a while. I know this year there was the Blackburn protest that happened for a month. Basically though, the protest was over poor housing conditions and just a lot of different stuff. I don't want to be the voice of it. Definitely go look it up, check it out. Besides that though, there was a cybersecurity attack in September. Basically, we didn't have class for a week because of that cybersecurity attack. I know before that we could use like dining dollars to go to different places around the area. So like Subway, I think, Potbelly, we would go to those places and use our IDs, and we didn't have to pay cash. We would just pay from our dining dollars, and we can't do that anymore because of that attack. We also had a financial aid scandal that was before I got here, so that wasn't this year. Someone was embezzling money. They were stealing from students, stealing their financial aid. So that's just another scandal that has happened. My main point is that there is an extreme distrust between students and administration, and that's because of how administration handles certain things. And it isn't even just like scandals. I think Howard is just poorly run. For example, I've had many instances where professors, they couldn't get on Blackboard for the first 2 or 3 weeks of their classes. And obviously that isn't like the end of the world. Like people, they can create Dropboxes and we can turn in assignments that way. But I think just the lack of preparation for a semester, like where teachers, they can't even get access to the place where they're putting their assignments. Like that just is very inconvenient, and the whole onboarding process has been very poor. And that's not just me saying that, many professors have also said that. And again, I think that's just a bad reflection of how Howard is run. So yeah, I could go down the list where all of the different scandals or just ways that Howard is poorly run, but I'm gonna stop there because this video would be like 20 or 30 minutes long if I did that. Damn! Besides administration though, another problem here is the poor facilities. So again, going back to the Blackburn protests, I'm not sure if you guys have seen like some of the pictures of the housing here, but we've had problems with mold, we've had problems with roaches, which you get that from different schools. But I know someone who had like brown water in their sink because I guess the water was dirty. Even just today, I got up at 4:30 a.m. because the fire alarm went off. Fire alarm goes off at least 2 to 3 times per week and at all hours of the day. So, but yeah, the housing situation here, it isn't great. I know some people, they've had experiences where they couldn't get access to housing. That hasn't personally happened for me, but again, it's something that has happened. And I think the last major con here is the neighborhood and just the lack of safety here. Now again, I'll say I personally haven't had any problems with the safety here. Like, yeah, I've been fine. There hasn't been any incidents that have happened to me, but I do know of people where I talked about in the previous video, like girls they've been followed. There have been different armed robberies. There was one in Drew Hall. There was one recently outside of Towers, which is another dorm. But I think the neighborhood and campus safety here, it can be improved, and that's another major con. Despite those cons, I am happy to be at Howard. I wouldn't want to be at any other college or university. I just think when looking at my priorities for a school, the top 3 things are job opportunities, the community, and like the location. I guess if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video, it's that I can't really tell you if you should go to Howard. Ultimately, that decision is based on you, and it's based on what you prioritize in a school. My goal for this video was to just give you information on the pros and cons here and give you an idea of what it would be like if you were to go here. So if there's anything else that I can do to capture the Howard experience for you, then definitely let me know in the comments, because that's my goal. I want you guys to have an idea of what life is like here. Because when I was going through the college application process and the decision process, I felt like a lot of the creators here, they weren't guys, and I couldn't really relate to them. And I didn't really get a sense of what the experience is like here. So yeah, I hope that I'm doing a good job of that, and yeah, definitely leave some feedback below. But yeah, if this video was helpful, definitely like, subscribe for more videos, because I'm gonna keep making videos like this. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.